Hello everyone and welcome to our presentation on the Gordie Howe International Bridge project. We are excited to present our team's project management analysis focusing on whether this is a massive BI national infrastructure initiative was successful and why. I am Venkaya Perkla and I am joined by my teammates Bhargav Reddy, Haitong Yu, and Intejal and Simon Rossi. Each of us took a unique role in this project, ranging from leadership to content development, and we have worked together to evaluate the project across the multiple key areas. Project management. This includes the project character, scope, cost, schedule, stakeholder engagement, risk management, communication ethics, and emotional intelligence. Let's begin with an overview with the project.
Here's the project overview. The Gordie Howe International Bridge is a high-profile infrastructure project linking Windsor, Ontario, Canada to Detroit, Michigan, USA. The project primarily aims to enhance cross-border trade, improve traffic flow, and then stimulate economic development in both countries. Management by Windsor Detroit Bridge Authority. The project was developed under a public-private partnership model. Construction was designed to Bridging North American consortium responsible for design, build, finance, and maintenance. This is not just a bridge; it's the longest cable stayed bridge in North America, with integrated custom and then border processing infrastructure. The project has national level importance, both symbolically and economically, and it facilitated billions in trade annually. With this scope, it became a test case for multinational coordination, risk planning, and stakeholder management international case. Next slide. As the project initiating and planning, part one. This project objective was straightforward but ambitious: build an efficient, secure, and sustainable crossing to handle future increases in traffic and trade between Canada and the US. Success factor was clearly defined at the outlet: timely execution, stakeholder engagement, risk mitigation, and sustainable infrastructure. The scope included the six-lane bridge, customs and border inspection facilities in each end, and improvements to Michigan I-75 highway interchange. Plan began in 2015. Construction started in 2018, and the targeted completion date was set for 2025 with a budget of 5.7 billion Canadian dollars. The project was carefully planned to cover every element from construction operation to environment preservation. High-level governance ensures accountability, and the public-private partnership model allows for efficient risk sharing between public authorities and private contractors.
So I'm gonna explain about project initiating and planning. It's part two. So the key stakeholders: Winchester Detroit Bridge Authority, bridging North America, Canadian and U.S. governments. The stakeholder interest: economic development, local job creation, sustainable construction, and smooth logistics. And the initial risk: environmental objections, regularity, financial uncertainty, community protest. And the stakeholder engagement: formal consultations, public hearings, and early environmental assessments. So in this, so the execution, monitoring, and controlling comes under part one. So the risk management overviews, uh, risk register track delays, environmental issues, and supplies disruptions. So the top five risks that I have identified are regulatory delays, environmental issues, labor disputes, cost overruns, supply chain problems. So, in regulatory delays, we can say that the cross agency legal issues, and for the environmental issues, we have the sustainable design and green constructions, And the cost overruns the use of uh, end value management. That's it. And the stakeholder expectations. It's shifted towards increased transparency and community centered benefits. And that's it.
So I'm going to present slide 7 now. Execution, monitoring, and controlling. Part 2. Communication was essential to keeping all stakeholders informed and aligned throughout the execution. Several communication types were implemented based on audience and urgency. Weekly team meetings helped engineering, construction, and management teams sync progress. Monthly status reports were delivered to the Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority and related governmental stakeholders. Quarterly high-level briefings ensured government officials remained updated and confident. Community engagement involved newsletter, forums, and announcements to keep the public informed of developments, closures, or disruptions. A structured communication register captured critical communication events, their audience, delivery method. Events included the project kickoff, stakeholder briefings, risk alerts, and major milestone announcements. This system enabled the team to maintain high transparency and trust, which in turn contributed to the project's overall momentum and stakeholder satisfaction. Now I'm going to talk about slide 8, which is a chart. It's the project risk management plan. This chart summarizes the key risks identified for the Gordie Howe International Bridge project, their probability, impact, mitigation strategies, and the responsible parties. Starting with R1, regulatory delays across Canadian and U.S. agencies were rated as high probability and high impact, making it a critical risk. The team addressed this by forming cross-border compliance teams to coordinate approval early, led by WDBA Legal and Compliance Team. Next, R2, environmental objections and legal challenges carried a medium probability but high impact. Early environmental assessment and revisions to construction plans helped reduce the risk, managed by the environmental and legal teams. R3, labor shortages or union disputes had medium probability and impact. Flexible labor contracts and standby contractor agreements were negotiated by Bridging North America's HR department. R4, supply chain disruptions for steel and materials was another high-level risk. To mitigate it, the procurement and logistics team sourced materials from multiple suppliers and built local inventories. On R5, budget overruns due to inflation or currency fluctuations was managed using earned value management and financial hedging overseen by the Finance and Project Control Department. R6, community resistance or loss of public support was considered a low-level risk. The team mitigated this through town hall meetings and a strong community benefit plan. Finally, R7, COVID-19 related delays, was another critical risk with high probability and high impact. The construction planning team adjusted its schedules, added buffers, and enforced strict health protocols. In summary, the proactive and well-structured risk management framework helped maintain project continuity and accountability across all major functions. And then slide 9. Was the project successful? In our assessment, the Gordie Howe International Bridge project was a successful when evaluated through key project management criteria. First, the bridge was delivered on time, relative to its revised schedule, accounting for delays caused by COVID-19 and labor shortages. Second, it stayed within its adjusted budget, thanks to diligent financial monitoring and cost control strategies. Third, stakeholder satisfaction was evident throughout public support, consistent engagement, and the creation of numerous local jobs. The project also met strict environmental regulations and introduced sustainable building techniques. It improved Canada-US logistics infrastructure and enabled long-term economic benefits for both nations. Transparent communication, ethical procurement practices, and rigorous change control were maintained throughout the project. While some risks materialized, they were anticipated and controlled efficiently. This success reflects strong planning, continuous monitoring, and adaptive execution, hallmarks of excellence project management.
Hi everyone, my name is Intej Amulok Chaudhary, and today I'm talking about the emotional intelligence and ethics. Beyond technical excellence, the project showcasing the importance to emotional intelligence and ethics in project leaderships. Managing team across board with different culture, norms, and communication styles require high emotional intelligence from managers. This always theme the resolve influence maintains moral and unfight teams towards shared passion. Ethical motives were also embedded in the procurement process, community engagement, and sustainability policies. There was transparency in financial dealings and fairness control. And key lesson and recommendations, which is this project offer several valuable lessons for future larger scale infrastructures. And first begin stakeholder mapping early and services regulations throughout the project cycle. Second, maintain a dynamic risk register to anticipate and response to emergency issues. And last of and conclusion, which is the GUIDE for International Guide project stand out not only for scale but also for its demonstration of exemplary project management. And for stakeholder engagement and risk migration to communication planning and ethics, this project delivery on all of fronts. Its successful execute has paved the way for challenge Canada, US trade, and stranger regional economies. We do like to thank you for your attendance, and we are happy to answer any question you may have. Please refer to the final slides for API reference used during this analysis. Thank you. Thank you everyone for our group member.